can I ask you about the process? Like, how was the process like? Because I think if people want to know, if people are realizing, whether they agree with you or not, this is actually good for them to know and realize how to exercise that if they ever do find themselves being violated. What was the process like?
Yeah, I think we made it a little bit more academic than it probably should be. But the Archangel requires you to be sort of regimented, and I'm sitting here in the tie because the Archangel doesn't know how to respect me any other way, to be honest with you. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure, go on. Get a black man.
Yeah, I'm a black man from Queens, and I don't know how to talk. I'll be here, and I'll be like, you know what I'm saying, man? Anyway, but, you know, this whole song and dance, so I think it shouldn't really be like what we did. People shouldn't have to, you know, agonize over a document just to get the respect from an entity that is really not a deep thinking entity. It's really external, materialistic entity. So we're trying to make a document that gains the respect of the really external entity. Okay?
I see.
Which is an act of love for our love for him, that he doesn't make his typical mistake of, you know, dismissing something very important.
Right.
You know, because the Archangel's having a hard time really understanding. And it's partially our fault because we're not showing the majesty of kings or tribal messiahs, because we're still sucking on the teeth of church, okay? So it's partially our fault that he doesn't know how to exactly trust us. But nobody should have to go through making that kind of hire a lawyer just to tell their story, just so that they could be taken seriously. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this one sister that says she was grabbed a couple of weeks ago at an event by a church official. And, you know, just to be heard, could you imagine if she had to go through a 8-week process to generate a document or something like that? It's not really cool, okay? So the Archangel being like some sort of like stiff-headed stickler for stuff like this, you know, trying to make hoops for the children to jump through before they have their day in court. You know, like the first court getting thrown out on some stupid technicality because the Archangel doesn't understand that the realm of children already exists. I mean, all the hoops we have to jump through because of his ignorance. I mean, it's actually love for us to to get into his language, okay, and to bring him on board and go forward together. It shouldn't be that way. People should be able to say, ouch, you hurt me. Ouch, your dog bit me. And then get it addressed.
Right.
So, the people that helped me were people who were bitten in some way by the same person. And they found themselves frustrated in the exact same way. So, if people are making a mistake of thinking it's really just me, it's because they don't know. And they're going to find out. I think that's why Lourdes Schwartz should really, really take the monumentally easier route of issuing formal apologies rather than rip down what's left of the church by pretending that we're public enemies. Because we're really not.
Right.
And her resistance to a simple solution is actually a bigger problem. In other words, if you love your dog, and your dog bit somebody, and you go and demonize the neighbor who said, hey, your dog bit me, you're probably going to get the authorities come in on it because, right? You should just issue your apology. Say, hey, is it okay, dear neighbor, that I'm now sending my dog to behavior training Is that okay with you? And your neighbor says, yeah, it's okay because you're actually dealing with it. I trust that the dog won't bite me after he's finished with his behavior training, right? But the idea that no, it's the plaintiff's problem and it's a wholesale problem with the plaintiff is such a providential mistake, because it's not just me behind this filing. So let's say you succeed in saying, oh yeah, it's all precipitated from Jamal's problems. You know, if some people try to float the idea that, oh, it's all his resentment to the Family Federation. If they really try to do that, okay. Well then, what's your claim against the other 7, 8, now 9? I think it's up to 10 people that are preparing to file against this same public official. See, I really think that she should just simply say sorry to people who want to forgive her anyway. They just don't want to. They don't want to issue some kind of forgiveness that makes them complicit in their own molestation.
Right.